Welcome to In Your City Show right here at the Lou Information Station. Today is From Legacy to Laughter, honoring heroes and celebrating humor is what today's topics will be all about. So if you don't have the Lou Info app in your phone, please go to your Play Store or your Apple. I don't have an iPhone, so I don't even know how to say it right. It's the App Store. Go there, put the Lou Information Station app on your phone. You'll see the KLIS that stands for 590 AM. You're going to put that on your phone, and from anywhere in the world, you can listen to the show crystal clear. That's the new way anyway. Who really, I mean, I do turn my radio on in my car, but if I'm not in my car, I use my phone all the time, you know?
I pretty much, and I use Sirius XM, right?
Yeah.
Everybody used to use that. But now I have YouTube Music. I get to listen to what I want to listen to.
Exactly.
Even with Sirius, they're playing what they want to play, not what you want to play.
Yeah.
So you still got to wait.
I love being able to use YouTube. And that's the cool thing, too. At louinfo.com, you can watch the show virtually, just like you would watch TV. So it makes it very nice. I love the new app. Makes it easy to constantly be able to listen. And, of course, being that it's on the app, we're on every podcast site. So whatever your iHeart, Spotify, whatever it might be, you can also listen to not only our show, but any of the other shows here at Lou Info, which is really
Look up
nice.
Kelley Lamb. She'll come up quicker than I will. You look up me, it's some doctor in Wisconsin. I don't know. Every time it's like, yeah.
And they put K-E-L-L-E-Y. Most people spell my name wrong if they don't know it, or they put the B on the end of Lamb, L-A-M-M. So are you loving your new car?
I am loving my new car.
It's actually my car, because I'm like that commercial on TV for Christmas when it came on, and he hands the keys and she runs to the other car, which was supposed to be his car, and she goes, "I love it," and he's like, "No, that one's mine." "No, I love it." So I'm basically, what's happening right now is I'm letting Gordon drive my new car. But we did the coolest thing. I don't know if any of you have done this, but we did a Carvana.
Carvana, yeah.
Kind of
process was super easy.
Gordon bought a car and didn't even realize he did.
I didn't realize I did the loan app. Next thing I know, and I go, "You're ready to go." It's like, "Your car will be here Friday." I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. It's like, did I do it that quick? Yeah.
We didn't have to do the thing where they're like, "We'll be right back," or "We'll figure this out." We'll be right. They always leave you in the room for a while.
Yeah.
They're in there eating dinner or something like that while you're waiting for them to come back with a price.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? They're gonna leave you and come back. Not that there's anything wrong with buying a car at a car lot, but we had a situation where it just worked out to do it, and it was our first time buying a car online, and you get 3 days to take it back if you don't like it.
Right.
But so he immediately went and had it checked by a reputable mechanic to make sure there was nothing wrong with it, and everything was great. I think just brakes, and they're even taking care of that.
Which I'm going to give them a plug. Affordable Auto on Newtown Boulevard in St. Charles. You know what? You always want to find somewhere, and they're not a paying sponsor. I'm just going to give them a plug because they are honest.
And affordable.
When you use the word honest and automotive maintenance,
they don't usually go hand
mechanic
in hand.
shop,
like
those don't go hand in hand.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So Affordable Auto in Newtown, on Newtown Boulevard in St. Charles. You're looking for an honorable, good reputation. They're the ones to go with. Yeah.
You know what? Let's give another plug to somebody. That's just.
Can you put a little vodka in this energy drink over there? Okay.
So let's give another plug to the cakery. And this is another unpaid commercial break, but our friend's birthday was this week.
Yeah.
And his favorite cake is wedding cake, which I love it too. Who doesn't? And we had fun. You found this place that had it, and they got it made for you, decorated it with a fishing pole or whatever, and you picked it up and had a cake. That doesn't usually happen. Usually you have to do it days in advance, and they make you know that you had to do it days in advance.
I actually stopped in there again today because I knew we were going to talk about them. And let's let her say something real quick about who they are.
Okay, great.
I'm Julia Jensen. I'm with the Cakery Bakery here in Dogtown. We've been here, and this is our 20th year in business. We offer custom cakes for birthdays, weddings, celebrations, or anytime you need a sweet treat.
So it was really cool to be able to go in there. I had to go back today because I really wanted to talk about them, and I really wanted to just kind of show you the process. Like you said, Brian's favorite cake is wedding cake. The almond flavored cake, and it was great to watch Brian have 2 pieces in front of us because it was like
he was going to eat mine if I didn't.
He goes, "I'm going to eat Kelley's." Like, "You're not. It's mine."
Let's talk about our show today. We're going to have Mary Enderle with us, who's honoring her late husband, through the 3rd annual CPL Brian J. Enderle Memorial Golf Tournament at Bear Creek Golf Club on October 11th. We're going to, hear Mary share how this event keeps Brian's legacy alive. Then we're going to talk to Tim Convy, musician turned comedian, as he makes his stand-up debut with Nate Bargatze. Is that how you say it? Bargatze? We saw him actually.
Yes.
Which he was, I thought he was very funny. I enjoyed it. It's a very dry humor,
Yeah.
but I could definitely relate to the stuff, especially the toothpaste and the mouthwash. The wife's like, "Oh no, you're gonna do that. We're taking this all the way down to the bottom." He goes, it's at the bottom of mouthwash, right? Ew, what you don't want to know about. But he is going to have a special debut on his upcoming Nate Bargatze's YouTube channel, and I hope I'm saying his last name right, Bargatze. From a comedy special, music parodies to his legacy, Ludo Halloween shows, and family-friendly punk rock Christmas. So we'll get to hear his clever wit and his Midwestern charm here on the show today. So it's an episode of heart and humor.
And I got to remember not to call him Tim Conway. Remember Tim Conway? Because it's so close together, Tim Convy and Tim Conway.
That never entered my brain, so now I'm going to accidentally call him Tim Conway. So thank you for that, Gordon.
Both
that was
comedians.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we are going to turn the show over and let's meet Mary. Let's find out about this event and the passion and what it means to her, and I'm sure her family as well. Hi, I like how I just get to whiz around. There you are, the green room's to our right. Thank you for spending time with us, and you brought your baby with you as well. Tell us a little bit what's your baby's name?
Her name is Sophie.
Sophie, and how did Sophie come about?
Okay, so Sophie is from Bargatze Coast Canine out of Madison, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
My late husband is Corporal Brian J. Enderle, and he was gifted and being awarded a service dog through the organization back in September of 2022. And it was the same time that our son was going into boot camp in the Marine Corps out in San Diego.
God, you have a military family.
Yes.
Your daughter, though, she became an anchor woman, right?
Yes, she is.
Not anchor man, but anchor woman.
That's right.
And so now you have Sophie. What a great, I guess, part of his legacy left to you. Then,
Yes.
Gosh, your husband, your late husband, was only 47?
He's 48, yes.
48.
Mhm.
That's so young. I mean, I'm so sorry for your loss, and we all remember, that terrible time. But it's so wonderful that you're able to carry on the love, through what you're doing with Sophie and your golf tournament.
Yes. And then, with Brian getting sick at the time when Jake was leaving for boot camp, we found out it was stage 4 pancreatic cancer while Jake was in boot camp.
And let's mention that just for maybe educational purpose for people out there, because there's so many times we're not feeling well and we just think we have the flu. My dad was the same thing. We ignore it. Sometimes it's misdiagnosed, which it was with my dad until it was too late. But, and you just kind of keep thinking you're going to get better, you're okay, or maybe I got COVID or whatever it is. And it's so important for people to read their body and as a spouse or whatever to say, you're not waiting or you need to get in there. And sometimes, unfortunately, the symptoms aren't there until it's, too late. That's secret kind of hidden ailments that are happening inside of you. But so I'm so sorry, because it was something that was very quick for your family.
It was an 8-week span. And we had a send-off party for Jake for leaving for boot camp. And then Brian was going to get awarded as a surprise a service dog through the program through Forgotten Coast Canine out of Madison, Florida. They gifted 2 service dogs to 2 veterans that evening, that following Saturday. And then that Sunday, we were dropping Jake off for boot camp. And then with the clothes on his back and the phone in his pocket, he was gone on the 12th of September. And then on the 13th, I took Brian to the ER. And then shortly after that, it was just a complete whirlwind from there.
So important to make sure you live every day to the fullest, right?
That's exactly right.
Life happens so quickly. I don't know why none of us are going to be here forever, yet we live like
it's all inevitable.
Like everyone else is going to die, not me. I'm going to be here forever. And isn't that something that I mean, it's great to live like that, because gosh, if we woke up every day going, okay, this might be the day, I mean, that would be a terrifying way to live. But I think I'm glad that we have that ability, I guess, to have that mindset that just happens to everyone else, but it doesn't just happen to everyone else. So really,
complete shock.
Yeah.
Complete surprise. I mean, who would have thought that somebody that's 48 years old,
no way,
we thought was a stomach flu, and then 8 weeks later, while our son was in boot camp, I had to call the Red Cross and get in touch with him and let him know that his dad was stage 4 pancreatic cancer over the phone.
Yeah, terrible. I'm so sorry. So you are and have been involved. I remember running into you, and I hadn't seen you in a while. We were at the memorial, the event for the young man who had actually died in war.
Jared
Jared
Schmitz.
Schmidt.
Thank you
Lance-
for remembering
Lance
that.
Corporal
We had
Jared
put him on the
Schmitz.
cover of our magazine, and went to the event, and you were there, and so you are involved with. You have been even before with raising awareness, and I don't want to put the words because I might be saying something wrong of what you are involved with.
Right. And we're part of Friends with the Kaufman Fund as well. And we supported the different organizations around town, and we're friends with the Schmitz family. So, and they just live right down the street from us. So
I hope they're doing all right. Our hearts go
Yeah.
out to them as well. Well, let's talk about, for those that are listening who want to be a part of this, tell us a little bit about the event. I mean, we know that you're inspired by doing this. Of course, this is all about your late husband. So you have put this event together, and I can't believe it's already in its 3rd year.
I know.
I
It just went
remember-
by
Oh
so
my
fast.
gosh, really?
Yeah. Isn't that, that's just, time just flies by. So you're in your 3rd year right now of doing this. Tell us a little bit about it, what to expect.
Okay. It's going to be Saturday, October 11th
Mhm.
at Bear Creek in Wentzville. It's the Corporal Brian J. Enderle Memorial Golf Tournament. 11:15 is going to be registration, the check-in. We'll have a putting contest and lunch served at 11:15. And then 12:15.
So go out on the course with full bellies.
That's right. That's right. And then we'll have the presentation of the colors by the Marine Corps League. So they'll do the presentation of the colors. That's always very moving. This year, our son, who's a Marine, he's actually going to be able to take some leave and be home
Wow.
this year. Because the last 2 years we've FaceTimed him. So
He's going to actually be able to be there. That's wonderful.
we're really excited about that.
So then lunch happens, and then everyone starts to get out into the golf course.
At
Is it
12:30.
12:30?
Yes.
Are they run? Is most golf tournaments, do you run in 4s? Is that what they afford to a team, or
Yes.
is that
Yes.
Four-person
okay?
scramble.
Foursomes.
4-person scramble. All right.
And then we also have a dinner only option as well. Some people don't like to play golf, so people want to attend and help out and
Okay.
support, so people can attend and just have dinner, or if they just want to make a donation as well. I know we're looking for just a few more whole sponsorships. Those are still available. We do have our beverage sponsor. Excited
And
about
who's your
that.
beverage? Who are some of your sponsors that you mentioned? That
I'll have to take a look.
okay, I
Not
didn't
off
mean
the
to
top
do
of my
that
head.
to you.
No,
I'm
that's
so
okay.
sorry.
No,
I didn't
you're
mean
fine.
to. Didn't
You've
mean
got
to
a
throw
flyer
that
for
on
that,
you.
right?
You,
I do have a flyer. Yes, we
Okay.
have a Facebook page as well.
let's see. Maybe I
Yes.
might be able to help you a little bit. So you're going to be hosted by Cam Jansen, who is
Cam Jansen,
one of the
yes.
590 family members here with the show in the morning that he does.
Yeah.
Special performances by the Psychopathic Grass Blades.
Yes.
What a name.
I know.
Grass Blades, that makes sense for the event. You're going to have raffle items and
Yes.
a 50-50 going on. Let's see if I can help with any. I don't think that I am actually, I can't read it. Maybe that'll ring a bell.
okay.
It's kind of a little bit.
Those are our beneficiaries, which is the Kaufman Fund and
Okay.
Forgotten Coast Canine. So they'll be the recipients from the golf
Oh,
tournament.
perfect.
And
Okay.
then Cam Jansen, the St. Louis Blues alum, he's going to be our MC again, like last year. He
All
was
right.
a hoot last year.
Oh, I can only imagine. He's a great guy, so I'm sure that works out well. And then, of course, you already mentioned your putting contest. Do a
Yes.
lot of military play in the event, or do most people are coming to support the military?
It's a good, 50-50. We have people from all genres and both military and, professionals and,
Sure.
all ages,
Yes. What?
retirees.
What were you going to say?
Oh, I'm sorry. It looked like you're going to say something.
No. How many whole sponsors do you have left?
2, did you say?
We have a few left. I'm not exactly sure
Okay.
the exact amount, but we have some left.
So
Put those
yes.
teams together,
And it's
guys and
$200.
girls.
If I quit petting,
those
she
teams.
comes over and sticks her nose on me to do that.
I was putting the
That's so
mic
great.
on, and she was looking at me like, "What are you doing,
She's
Mom?"
like, wait a minute.
So, and it seems like it's very affordable. I mean, if they just want to go to the dinner, it's $30. And then if you put a team together, that's $520. So basically, that's just $100 and something per person,
Right.
unless their company is, of course, sponsoring it, which makes it nice.
Yeah.
A whole sponsor is only $200.
Correct.
And then, and I guess that's where their name goes at the
On the sign, on the holes.
on the
Yes.
hole there.
Yeah.
And then if you just want to play, and then you'll put them with a team, the $130 if they want to play alone.
Right.
Have you played in a golf tournament, Gordon?
I do,
before?
and this is the only way I play because a 4-man scramble, it's like I'm usually the worst guy.
You
But I
are
will get like a couple good shots every once in a while
And
and
they can
save
play
them.
your ball?
Yeah, and I'll be like, "Oh, you saved us." Yeah, I saved you for one hole. That's pretty much it. So yeah, these are my favorite kinds of golf outings.
I volunteered for a golf event one time. It was fun. I was running around if someone needed to get somewhere, riding around the golf cart, helping, or if knowing that someone was out of something, I could run back. And it was fun, being a part of that. I don't know that I've actually played in an actual golf tournament before.
I was actually a pretty good golfer.
Oh
bet you
my
are.
gosh. Oh my Lord. You know what? I think when you are taught at a very young age, it sticks with you like riding a bike. But I am by no means. Sometimes it's really good, and sometimes like, oh my gosh, that would have taken out a window. I'm sure of it. I don't think I'm, consistent. But we need to play more.
Yeah.
But we need to try this out. I'm glad to know you've played it.
I need some new clubs. This is a great. This will be a great excuse for me to
Excuse
get some new clubs. Yeah.
Now, do you play golf?
I do not.
You
I
do-
wish I did.
Do you play in the event for the fun of it, or are you running around
I usually run around and
making
make
sure everything is happening?
Just make sure everybody feels welcome. They have what they need, and thanking people for being there, because
Sure.
they're giving up their entire day. And then, in the evening, we'll have the silent auction, the live auction with Cam, of course, and he brings all the energy to the place.
Yeah.
And then this year we're going to have a band, and like you mentioned,
The
and
psychopathic grass blades.
yes, and they
Can't
all
forget that name. That's so unique. How do they come up with these
I don't
things?
know.
Were they laying in the grass having a psycho moment? I don't know. Came up with it.
Yes.
So you've done this already twice. You have the third year.
Yes.
What's a most memorable moment for you? I mean, I know there's so many, and of course the whole reason you're doing it, but what's something that's just so memorable to you of why, besides for leaving, continuing the legacy of your late husband, what's the most memorable moment? What just takes you back and go, I just have to keep doing this. This is why.
I really think it's because of the need that our veterans and our first responders need these service dogs and the support, because there's so many people that are suffering, especially our veterans, from PTSD.
Yes.
And I want to make a difference in the community and around the U.S. And I hope that people can see this and see Sophie and just the joy she brings. And whenever I bring her just even to the grocery store or even out to dinner, and I've been to a Mizzou game and I brought her there, and everybody wants to stop and know the story. And it touches so many people's lives. And having Sophie at the golf tournament, along with Chris O'Brien, who runs Forgotten Coast Canine, and then also Wayne Kaufman from the Kaufman Fund, and they get to be there and share their stories and just touching people's lives and making a difference. I just want to help people. I want to touch people's lives, and I want veterans to be able to get their dogs, because it's such an expense, and it brings comfort to them. And there's other veterans that have certain unique situations where they have seizures. Well, they will train the dog specific to that veteran so that that dog can help the veteran
Incredible.
when the seizure is coming onto them.
And I don't think anybody can really understand the depth of PTSD. We think we know. I mean, I even believe there's a couple instances in my life I can feel that it's there because it comes on when I'm in that environment. When something tragic happens in your life, it does. So I can't even imagine in my wildest dreams what it must be for someone who has fought in a war. I mean, there's what they see, and that's like
Along
a whole
with
nother
first responders as well.
Yes.
Because a lot of them are first on the scene, seeing stuff that none of us
No
want
one
to see.
should ever have to see, and they're saving lives and saving our country, and that's a whole nother subject to have of why we aren't doing more. That's a mind-boggling thing of the money that is given and wasted on some things, and these people who are literally risking their own life and their families that are home while their spouse is away, man and women fighting for our country. There's just so much more that should be done. We shouldn't even have to have a golf tournament to raise money. It's just something that should be done, It should just be done for our veterans.
Yeah. What is a story that you've heard from someone else other than yourself that's gone through some of the similar things? I mean, not losing a husband,
changed their life.
but that has changed their life since you've been doing this.
Well, actually, Chris O'Brien, who runs Forgotten Coast Canine, he was in law enforcement, and he was the first of the scene.
First responder.
He was a first responder. Well, he was also he's military too.
Okay.
He's a veteran as well. So being first to the scene, he would wake up in the middle of the night with these horrible nightmares at 3 a.m. Well, actually, Sophie was his dog, and she would wake him up in the middle of the night and chew on his hair to get him out of his nightmares.
Wow.
And
That's
because
incredible.
Brian was going to be going through the program, and he was a veteran, unfortunately, he lost his battle to stage 4 pancreatic cancer before he was going to start the training program with Forgotten Coast Canine.
Okay.
So Chris talked to me and he said, you're always going to be part of the Forgotten Coast Canine family. And I didn't know what that meant because I was going through so many things and putting my world together and still putting my world together. And he said, I think you should have Sophie. I feel it in my heart. I've talked with the board, my mother, my pastor, different people in the community, and I think you should have Sophie. So he presented her to me on stage at a country music festival
Oh, that's
back
Like
in
I remember that,
2023.
yeah.
gosh.
Mhm.
Wow. And it just
So I just
and
wanted
there's
to keep
sharing that
Brian's-
love,
yes,
sharing
and the
that.
story and the legacy and Brian's legacy alive,
Yeah, incredible.
What a
and
great way
honor
to do
him
it.
with this tournament and help other veterans and first responders get their dogs.
Yeah, it's
And-
wonderful.
And just the other programs that the Coffin Fund has,
Yes.
like the Trees for Vets and Coats for Vets, and they have a mental health coalition program and chiropractic and tax preparation for veterans. And I just want people to know about some of those programs because they don't know.
True.
So I think having the community know that those programs are out there and we can help others, then why not? Let's all come together as a community and let's get together and let's do something kind and let's do something that's meaningful and that's near and dear to my heart and as well as Brian's too.
Wonderful.
So-
Amazing. Well, Mary Enderle, she is here to keep her late husband, Brian Enderle, Corporal,
Corporal Brian J. and
Yep.
yes.
with the memorial tournament. It is the third annual. This is going to be Saturday, October 11th. It's at Bear Creek Golf Club, which is a gorgeous golf club. They're in Wentzville. Going to be lunch. There are going to be the USMC is going to present the colors. They got a shotgun start at 12:30 right after the lunch. So you go out with a full belly. Raffle items, a 50-50. Like we mentioned, Cam Jansen will be hosting the event. Going to have psychopathic grass blades playing some music.
You like saying that
Yeah, I
name.
do. And an awards dinner that night. If you'd like to take part of this, you can go to your actual Brian J. Enderle Memorial Fund Square site
Mhm.
is long. There is a QR code. Where can they find this a little bit maybe easier if someone's listening?
Sure, there's a Facebook page,
Okay.
the Corporal Brian J. Anderle
I did see
Memorial
that.
Golf Tournament, yes.
And I found this flyer there on there of that. So
Yep.
yeah, so Brian J. Enderle Memorial Fund, you can find that. You could probably with the Bear Creek Golf Course even have information if someone called about the event.
Yes. they'll
Okay,
probably
perfect. So
yes.
several ways to
Mhm.
be able to do that. Get involved. If you can't be there, you could always donate. You can also sponsor a hole. So there's other things you can do if you're not actually able or have new golf clubs like Gordon needs to be able to
Yes.
play, which I just found that out last night that he did not have. I thought you got new golf clubs.
I've had the same golf clubs for 20 years.
All right, it's time for Gordon to get some new golf
Yes.
clubs so that he can feel special.
There we
I have
go.
new golf clubs.
I got to tell you about the psychopath grass blades.
Tell me about it.
Okay, so they all went to school with Brian,
Oh, wow.
and they asked for his Spotify list, and they're going to play all his favorite songs at
That-
the tournament
Oh, that's
Wow.
fantastic.
to honor him.
That's
Oh, that's
wonderful.
really neat.
Lots of great little special, inspiring
That's new
moments
this
that will
year.
be going on. Oh, well, I love that. And every year, it probably just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And what a great legacy you're leaving behind. And even for your kids and those who loved him, like yourself, that what a wonderful tribute you're doing. So thank you so much for joining us, telling us all about this great event. And I hope that everybody will find a way in their heart to be part of that so other people can have a Sophie and make their life a little bit easier as they've gone through so many things in life that really can take the wind out of you, right?
It does.
No. Well, thank you so much. All right, we're going to be right back with more right here on the In Your City show at the Loot Information Station. All right, we're back with the In Your City show. Hope you have your mocktail, your cocktail for the hottest happy hour on STL as we wind it down, but it's not getting less. It's getting great. It's going to be funny. But first, let me tell you about St. Louis Closet Company. That's Jennifer Williams, and she is one amazing woman over there. She is all about supporting local. She manufactures local. Her team is local. Everything she does is all about St. Louis, and of course, anywhere on the outer limits. If you're from Illinois, you can come on over. Go to her showroom, which is on Big Bend. It's fabulous. There are so many different designs that you can look at. You can actually see her team making the designs back in the manufacturing area. Check it out, St. Louis Closet Company. It doesn't matter the smallest to the largest job, if it's your garage, if it's your mudroom, if it's your closet, if it's your studio at work, whatever it might be. It might be your place of business that needs to be organized. As Jennifer always says, go from chaos to calm, and it's so true. When your life is organized, things have a place. It's so much easier to do your work and to live, and definitely to get dressed. I can find my clothes. It's a big deal. Thank you, Jennifer. We appreciate you being part of the In Your City show. And now we're going to take it to some humor. Let's hope he's funny, because I could use a little bit of laughter right now. It's been one of those days. Welcome to the show, Tim Convy. So,
Hi.
So guess what Gordon says earlier when we're talking about you being on the show?
Let's
I
hear
set
it.
her up for failure.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You know how many times I've looked at your name so I don't call you Tim Conway?
Oh, I know. A lot of people do
You're
that.
super, super young. Do you know Tim Conway?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he's iconic, right?
Partially because so many people will mistakenly call me that, or kind of think they're funny and call me that.
Think
But yeah,
you're
no,
funny.
I remember. I'm older than I look, so I remember for sure. I was a big fan. But yeah, I guess I don't.
How many people try to be funny? Like, you know, oh, he's a comedian. I'll show him.
They
I'm gonna
turn
show him
it
how
up,
funny.
like, yeah,
I
here's-
think I'm hilarious.
Here's what I can do.
So I'm gonna try to kick it in right now.
I love it. I
I'm
can't.
just kidding. I won't
And what's
do that.
crazy too is sometimes now, but I'm sure you've talked to other comedians or
Mm-hmm.
seen them in interviews. Sometimes the comedians will turn it off, and
Yes.
they're not as funny on an interview. And people expect you to be funny in
Yes,
an
there's-
interview,
there's the
like
correct
you are
sentence.
on stage. And I'll never forget meeting Howie Mandel.
Yeah.
I saw him when he was at the old Westport Plaza. This was back when he did the whole Mikey thing with the voice,
Yeah.
and the blowing up the
Yeah.
helium. And I saw him at Westport Plaza when they had the old turnstile stage
Yeah.
that would turn. And I'll never forget Howie Mandel.
That's how
He's
old
on.
he is.
He's on the stage, and he goes, "I feel like a piece of lint on a record." It was like that was pretty funny. But so I played in bands back in the '80s, right?
Yeah.
So I go down. I'm going to
He says that
not
right,
Lucius
like
Boomers, but Bogarts on the Landing.
Uh-huh.
You're too young for that. So I go to Bogarts on the Landing. I'm standing there watching one of my buddies play in the bands, and I'm sitting there, and I look to my right. Howie Mandel standing right next to me, watching the band. He's got a baseball hat on and like a trench coat, and he's sitting there.
And he's the biggest thing in the world
At that time. Oh, yeah. And I just look over to him. I go, "Don't worry, I'm not going to blow your cover." And he goes, "Thanks, man." Because he's like,
Very
don't want to
OCD,
touch.
doesn't
and
touch people.
Oh,
touch
that's
everything.
right.
I go, "Can I buy you a drink?" He goes, "That would be great." So I bought him a beer, and we just sat there and talked for a little bit. But he was very quiet,
Yeah.
and very calm. So anyway,
Yeah.
so they expect you to
So-
turn it up in these interviews, and you're like,
so now
"I
you've
love
been
her
set
stuff."
up that you have to be funny
Oh,
on this
yeah.
show, or your career's over with.
Uh-oh. This could end me right here, right
Right?
now.
Yeah, we're a big deal.
I have to tell you,
Big
you
deal.
are a big
doesn't
deal.
even know us.
No.
No one knows us.
You are a big deal, but an even bigger deal for me because, and maybe guests have said this before, but I grew up just blocks away from where we are right now. And this space that we're in right now was my family video store. So this is where we would
Oh
come.
my gosh.
This is like pre-Blockbuster and rent videos every
Isn't
single
that
day.
the best time?
The best in the world. So I
New
just walk
releases?
around the aisles and find, and that's, you're figuring out like who you are, what you want to do, and certainly comedy in this space right here. So this is a big deal for me.
That is really cool. I
Yeah.
love that story. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And as we mentioned, we sat down, we love your hat. You
Oh,
got the
thank
new
you.
logo on it there, representing St. Louis blues in style.
Yep, the new logo. I'm excited about it. Like you were saying, people kind of mixed reviews,
Yeah.
but
I
like
love it.
I like them leaning into the music thing a little bit.
I
think
do
it's-
too. I think it's great.
good, yeah.
So, Tim, you are a comedian, which I think that's a dream of a lot of people to get up there. It's a whole nother thing when you stand up on that stage and you have to be funny on cue. You have to have it just right or you can lose the audience. When did you decide or feel this is my place to be?
especially
I've got
coming
it.
from the music.
Yeah, I mean, I started later in life, so I was 34, which is late for most comedians to start, and I kind of did it just to sort of see what would happen. I'd become friends with Nikki Glazer, who's a very successful,
we had her dad on, and
popular.
you're playing the guitar.
Yeah, her dad on the show.
EJ, he's the best. I had become friends with her when it was kind of the end of my music career, and she'd hear me tell stories about dates I went on, and was like, "You should try stand-up comedy." And I just got in my head, and I was like,
now, was she a comedian at that time too? Then when she
was,
said
yeah.
that,
So not
okay, so she kind of knew the arena then.
for sure. I mean, she was a working comedian, had been on television. She's not, the heights that she's achieved now. But just hearing that, I was like, all right, I'll try it. And then I did it that first time, and I was like, yeah, this is going to be a part of my life forever. I didn't think that I'd go full blown into it the way that I have now, but I knew I was going to do it for a long time.
Where was your first? Was it one of those where you stand? It's like a night where anybody can come in, or what was your first gig?
Yeah, so it's an open mic, exactly.
Okay.
So open mics here in town are at the Westport Plaza Funny Bone on Tuesday nights, right?
Oh wow! So you're right in the heart of one of the biggest clubs in St. Louis to
Place
do
it's
it.
been there for over 30 years, and so I knew I wanted to try, so I started going on Tuesday nights to just kind of scout, right? And you experience a combination of things. Part of it is some of them are so terrible, you're like, well, I could do that.
I bet.
Right. And part of it is like the guys who are really good. You're like, how far away? How long would it take me to do that? So I scouted a few weeks, and then I was like, all right, I'm ready. And then went up for the first time, absolutely terrified. I had worked so hard on everything that I had written, and went up. It actually went pretty well. They always say if you end up being a professional comedian, your first time probably went well, because then you're chasing that kind of the rest of your life.
Okay.
That's what happened with me. I got lucky, great crowd, and kept going back and kept going back.
Was it that first laugh that you got that went, oh yeah, this is cool?
It was a good feeling. I had performed so much my whole life, like mostly music, and hadn't had a chance to do it in a while. So even just to be up on stage felt good, and get response from a crowd. And like I thought of myself as funny. Like I knew I was funny, but that's a different thing to get up there and sort of do that.
Right.
So yeah, it was it felt good, and
it's a whole different presence, because when you're in music, you don't want people to laugh at you. You want them to clap. So it's a whole different audience reaction going from being, a musician or being on stage music-wise and get up there being funny.
Yeah, but with that being said, though, Ludo has a little bit of comedy
100%.
in your music, so you already had kind of that feel for comedy, but just on a musical side.
You're right.
So how did that? Is that something that played a part of you even feeling more comfortable with this? And do you get more nervous? I have to ask you this question.
Sure.
Are you more nervous during a comedy skit, or are you more nervous on stage with a band?
Oh man. So the first part of your question, so I was in a band called Ludo for many, many years. We started in 2003 and got to do a bunch of cool stuff, and I did that professionally for a while. And humor was a big part of what we did, but I wasn't writing the songs. Our lead singer was writing the songs,
Right.
but it was the whole
So it didn't fall on
act
you.
was a part of it. But if anything, I think being in Ludo, there was more pressure on the comedy side, because Ludo was so funny and had such a diehard fan base. So it was a little bit more pressure to be like, oh, and now I'm doing stand-up. And to answer your question about what I get more nervous, I mean, I'm one of those weird people that I don't get really nervous doing either. Like you can't if you're doing it as often as I am. But
What do you feel is more challenging?
comedy, because in music, no matter what the crowd, you can just kind of like lose yourself in the music.
Yeah.
You can just kind of put your head down and
true.
get through a song, start the next song. You
If your
can't do
days
that.
are not, they're just going, he's getting into it.
Totally. Or if I've played awful shows in music, and I played awful shows in comedy, and the awful shows in comedy hurt so much more.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tamara. No, it's Tamara.
Tomorrow.
She's actually a friend of ours. I don't know how the hell to say her name. She with Clementines.
Yeah.
How the heck did you end up writing it's the vegan song?
It's called "This Is the Vegan Ice Cream Song."
That's fantastic.
So Clementine's put together a big vinyl compilation of a bunch of local artists, songs about sort of ice cream and desserts, and they reached out to me about doing it. I'm like, I'm gonna write a vegan ice cream song.
on this.
And they're like, that's not really what we're looking for. And I'm like,
Yes, you are.
I'm gonna write a vegan ice cream song. You can have it or not. And so I got to do that, and it was a whole lot of fun. And they used it, and they put it on the. Of
course they did.
With a ton of really awesome St. Louis artists. So yeah, mine was a little more comedic than some of the other things.
They know we're gonna have
on
to
there.
put a
Oh, that's
little
right.
clip
Jimmy
of that
Griffin was
up.
on that album too, wasn't he?
He is.
Yes,
His song
yes.
is fantastic. Mine is outrageously silly, but it's a good time.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, so let's talk about so Nate Bargatze
Yeah.
or Bargatze,
Yeah.
however you want to pronounce that. Obviously, we know he's one of the biggest names in comedy right now,
Yeah.
and clean comedy,
Yeah, that's
which
his
is
thing.
rare, and we love that. I mean, there's
I find that more challenging to have to do comedy clean because it's so easy to escape in that,
in shock value of
Sometimes you get
sorry. But so we actually got to see him, and it's very dry, relatable humor
Yeah.
that just gets you, and his expressions. I mean, he's just got this whole style about him.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
And is that style? So you obviously have got to know him. We're going to talk a little bit about something really great you have coming up. Is he also that? When he communicates, does he even communicate in that style? Does that stay with him?
No, he actually has kind of a German accent when you spend time with him. It's very uncomfortable. No, he
It's very
absolutely. He has the accent. He talks just like that. He's slipping in jokes that sometimes it takes a second.
Takes a second.
But he is incredibly funny. And when Nate kind of goes after you, it's pretty amazing. He's real funny. He's exactly what you see on stage.
How did you get to meet up with him?
Yeah.
You have a big deal coming up. You are going to be. Well, I'll let you explain what you're going to be doing on the YouTube channel with him. How did this come about? And then we want to find out about, what do you consider your style?
Oh boy. Okay. So Nate has put a whole lot of time, in addition to becoming one of the biggest comedians in the world, to building sort of this network and helping other comedians and growing just sort of this clean comedy.
Oh, I like
brand
him even
of
more.
his. Yeah, he's great. So he has a podcast. He's put out several other podcasts, including my podcast. So I do a podcast with a guy named Greg Warren, who's another comedian from here, and Sean O'Brien.
And how do we find that?
On the Nateland Network. So
Okay.
anywhere you look for
Your
podcasts.
podcast.
Yeah, it's called The Consumers.
You have your own podcast on the Nateland.
That is
Got
correct.
it. Okay.
Yeah. So it's called The Consumers. Every week we take on kind of a household brand. We tell the history of it. We talk about our experiences of it and make fun of each other a lot. So everything from Gatorade to Oreos to Southwest Airlines to Otis Elevator, stuff like that. So through Greg Warren, we ended up on the Nateland Network doing that podcast. And then, just kind of got to know Nate and the team there. And they started shooting these showcases and asked me to be a part of it.
So I love the fact that he's gotten so big, but he's still staying on the playing
Hanging out with
field.
little guys like
No,
me.
Well, you know what I mean. Sometimes people lose that.
They forget
sense
where
of
they came
just
from.
Being a human,
Yeah. Yeah.
and relating to people and wanting to help others. They just get so big, and so it's not. And I'm sure it's still helping him to get bigger, but he's really staying on the playing field and being a good human.
You're absolutely right. I mean, he's playing arenas all over the world. He's shooting movies with full-blown movie stars. I mean,
Remember that, Tim.
yeah,
Remember us
yeah.
little people when you get big. You know what? I think I'm going to give Kelley and Gordon a call and have
Yeah.
them on my show.
It's the video store. I'm not going to forget you guys no matter what.
Exactly.
You're right. He's doing all those things, but still has time to put out podcasts and put out
Yeah.
his friends' comedy specials. And it's pretty cool. He is a brilliant guy, and not only comedically, but on what he's built business
level.
wise too. So I feel very lucky to be a part of it.
So talk a little bit about your style. You
Yeah.
know, when you're deciding that you wanted to get up there on stage and try this out and see if it really was deep within your soul and it comes out, what kind of comedian are you? What do you feel?
Wow, that's such a heavy question.
Sorry.
No.
I'm a deep person. you can
I know. I
tell.
like the way that you phrased it. I talk a lot about my life. I talk about the time I spent on the road playing music and kind of seeing the country. I talk about the times
That's
I
plenty of
spent-
material right there.
Yes, so much right there.
Some
I
of them
lived
at
in
night
New York.
might not be clean though.
Yeah, no, it is all clean. I lived in New York. I lived in Los Angeles, but I, grew up blocks away from here, and I now live blocks away from here, like right where I grew up. So I talk about that. I talk about my family. I talk about my parents. I talk about I have two very young little boys. I started late in life with having a family, and so I talk about that. A lot of comedians. I always say this, but a lot of comedians talk about politics or current events or whatever, and everybody's
Blah,
writing
blah, blah,
jokes
blah.
about that. Yeah, but I have a monopoly on things.
Parents give lots of material.
They do, 100%.
How did we ever survive being raised?
Parents and husbands.
Yeah.
Wives too.
The whole everybody. So it's very, very personal, but relatable.
Yeah.
Like everybody has those kind of relatives in their life, or the silly things that a parent says, or the ridiculous thing your child says, and so it's stuff like that. Very Midwestern kind of sensibility.
It's such timing too, because you get that laughter, someone that says something in the audience, and you're in the middle of your spiel, your routine.
Yeah.
And then you're getting stopped by either laughter or someone says something, and to keep that going or know when to restart again and not lose your place at the
Yeah.
same time. It's really a skill. It looks so easy when you're up there making everyone laugh.
Right.
And this is the best time ever, is watching someone perform, and you're just belly laughing, your eyes are watering, your stomach literally hurts when you're done. And it's always usually you're hit hard when you're relating to things.
For sure. Yeah. When it goes well, it's the best thing in the world when it all kind of comes together. So, and I was lucky on the special, we shot it in Nashville, and it was just one of those great nights. It was like a Monday night. I'm like, how's this going to be? But it was just a great room, great audience, super, super fun. I end the special with some music. So a drummer comes up and joins me, and I get to play guitar for the first time, because I was a keyboard player for so long in my career. So this was my chance. And it's really, really fun. The room was fun. It was a good time, and it's all captured on tape. So it's
I'm
fun.
so excited for you. Don't you just feel
that's
it?
awesome.
And you can just tell how passionate you are about it. And I can't wait to watch it myself. So how will we be able to watch this?
Sure. Yeah. It'll be on YouTube, on the Nateland YouTube channel.
Okay.
Really, really easy. Absolutely free. Worst case, you can go to my website, timconvystuff.com. It's on there. Or if you just look at Tim Convy on YouTube, or Tim Convy Nateland, any of that, it's going to pop up.
And that's
It'll be
this
real easy.
Friday.
This Friday,
this
September
Friday.
26th.
So what we're going to do, well, we're going to watch it, but we're going to show some of it on the show the following week.
I would love
we
that.
will.
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
And that would be so much
It's okay
fun
for
to
us
do.
to steal a little bit of it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Steal a lot
It's
of it.
steal the
We'll
whole
just have you
thing.
do that
I don't
first half of the show.
So how do your parents feel when you're using them or how old are your kids?
1.5 and 3.5.
They have no idea
No.
you're using them right
I
now.
know.
They're
What's-
material.
what's
They will
going
be
on?
mad at you later in life, but how's your mom and dad? I mean, that's got to be like, oh my gosh, you did not say that. I mean, do they just hide?
They love it. My dad, like me, also really enjoys attention. So anytime
Enjoys
I
attention.
reference him, good or bad, he's usually pretty happy. And he takes a bit of a beating in my act a lot of times. Some of it is in the special, but he's great about it. My mom has been known to raise an eyebrow about some of my material, for sure. That's about her.
Just know it's fake. You're just making it up.
Yes, she did not make the special, so that's a good thing.
It's a
But
good thing.
they're great. I mean, they're so supportive, and I'd like to think if I crossed any line, they would let me know. But they're
Do you have
cool
brothers
about
or
it.
sisters?
I do. I'm the oldest of 4.
Oh my gosh, do they get used to then?
A little bit here and there, not as much as my parents.
They don't have
or
enough
my
material
wife.
then.
Right? But
Kind of
they're-
boring sisters and brothers. Huh?
No, they're very, very exciting. They do all kinds of cool stuff, but they're just
Cool
not.
isn't it? It's the dumb stuff they do, right?
Exactly.
Cool's not going to be funny.
That's the problem. Cool. You're absolutely right. Cool
They're
isn't.
too cool to be
isn't
part of the
funny.
show.
Yeah. Well, no, it's kind of great because they're real. They're all real funny too. So they'll pick up on, again, things my parents do or whatever. And none of them perform stand-up. My brother's a comedy writer.
Oh
but,
my gosh.
Yeah.
So your family's just a chuckle.
But it's a good time. The dinner table growing up.
Imagine Thanksgiving around their table. I got to top you right
Yeah.
now.
we had some fun. You get some cousins and uncles involved too, and it's pretty funny. So they'll share material that I can then put into my act, which is beneficial. So hopefully none of them will start doing stand up, and I'll still have a monopoly on all that material too.
Be
What's
with
your-
their friends. I wrote that joke.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the one. I gave them that.
I said
Exactly.
that. So what's your dream to go? I mean, I've actually got a big deal coming up this Friday. Where are you seeing yourself going from here?
Yeah, I just want to keep doing it. Like get stuff to more people. I've been so lucky to be able to have kind of this second career,
Mhm.
and so as long as I get to keep doing it, I would like for it to get bigger and all that. But if there's one thing I learned from kind of my music career is to enjoy it. I didn't
Enjoy
that
it.
Yes,
first time.
that's so
I was
important.
young. I got to do, I got to play on the Tonight Show. I did Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh,
I
that's
did all
fantastic.
kinds of great stuff. And
Gosh, you almost missed Jimmy Kimmel's show.
yeah. It was
He
a
got
long
another chance though. Apparently he's back.
Yeah, he is back. I I got to do all those things, but I was so obsessed with kind of the next thing that I didn't enjoy a lot of it, which is the case for people in their 20s.
A lot of times we're young too, right?
Yes, exactly.
We're invincible and we're not really paying attention. We're just going for the ride.
100%. So now everything with comedy, I mean, from the first time I got paid to do a show to this thing coming out this week, like I make a point to enjoy it and take it all in. So I'm excited just to keep doing it would be my goal. I mean, not that I don't fantasize about,
being at that big stage with thousands and thousands of people.
Absolutely. But I get
You
to
will be there.
I get to do some cool stuff. So I'm great.
Are you going to be on a stage anytime soon nearby locally that anyone can find out about?
Yeah, so not till February, but in
Okay.
February I headline the Funny Bone where I started,
All
which
right.
is always, it's so fun for me to go from, that open mic 10 plus years ago to now get to headline that club where I started. And the guys,
You're gonna be there.
Yep.
the guy, yeah, please. The guys that, gave me $20 to host an open mic, now they hand me a big check at the end of the week.
Yeah,
It's special.
can pay the bills.
Yeah. So February 19th, 20th, and 21st, I
Okay.
will be at the Funny Bone at Westport Plaza.
Gosh, what a great place to be. Well, we are thrilled that you spent some time with us. We look forward to seeing
Go
you.
ahead
grow.
and plug your music dates
Oh yeah,
too.
absolutely.
Yes.
So Ludo is back and still very much around and a huge part of my life and a great band. If you haven't checked out, all our music is everywhere. It's Ludo, Ludo, and then we do a big sort of mini festival every Halloween. So we have 3 nights at the pageant, October 24, 25, 26. That weekend before Halloween. It's called Halloween.
Ludo.
Really good time. So come check that
Do
out.
people come dressed up? Do
Oh,
they?
Dressed up? I mean, it's
a big deal.
Every
Yeah.
night
Okay,
is a
we're gonna have
different
to do that
theme.
too.
We're playing.
Are we
this-
too old? Will we be okay to be there?
No, it's all ages.
We're cool
and
then?
It's a
Okay.
blast. You guys are super cool.
we didn't want old grandmas.
No,
here.
no. We actually walked into a bar down by
That
the
sounds like a
Chaffetz
joke,
Arena.
right?
What, Humphreys or something like?
Okay.
You know what it
It's
is?
like
Pump the
Stifler's
slew
mom
bar?
just
Yeah.
walked in.
Yeah. So our buddy goes, "Come on, let's go here." So it was like,
He's
we
young.
followed him, which we shouldn't have because we should know
Yeah,
better by
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Follow him anywhere. So we walk in, and as soon
Place
as we
went
walk in, it's like,
Everybody
you know
went
those
like
scenes in the
pat.
movie where it just goes
Hey, what?
Yeah.
right on you, you know,
Silent.
and it was dead silent, and all the kids just looked at us like, "What
Whose
are these
mom's
old?"
here?
Great.
It's like, yeah, we felt like, yeah,
That's
Stifler's
great. That's how you know you're having a good time.
Yeah, we left.
Oh, okay. It would have
They
gone
didn't
well.
make- they didn't make old fashions.
Okay.
I was tempted to ask for milk, but
We're way beyond. way
you guys
beyond
got any
our
milk?
That is
We
great.
left. Oh my gosh. Tim Convy, you got to check it out for yourself. You have your own podcast.
The podcast is called The Consumers. Yeah, the Ludo shows. And then I also, one more thing that I
Yes,
think you guys
please.
will like, Punk Rock Christmas. All your favorite Christmas songs. I sing in a cool band. It's a guys from other St. Louis groups. So Story of the Year and Cavo and Title Volume and Goldfinger.
Oh, wow.
Bunch of those guys. We all got together and every Christmas we play
I
punk
love how you
rock
do the
versions
holiday.
of Christmas songs. Yeah. Pageant, December 13th.
Fantastic. So if we want to, because we're trying to remember
Yeah.
everything you're doing, where do we go to find all this stuff you're talking about?
TimConvyStuff.com.
Stuff.
Yep, that's the best way to do it.
TimConvyStuff.com.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you,
You're
guys.
awesome. We cannot wait to see you perform live. We'll be at the Funny Bone. We'll go check out this Halloween.
Yes,
That
please.
sounds like fun. And give your family a big hug from us.
I
Tell
will.
them thank you for giving you all this material.
Thank you guys very, very
Love
much.
it. All right, there we go. So as we end the In Your City show, we always end it with a cheers for you. So we're going to tell everybody out there that's
It's
tuning in
happy
right now to have an amazing day. Don't waste a minute of it. Until our next show, cheers.
Cheers.